I'll try to explain what was wrong with the handling on my Ultima that I bought. Proper wonky donkey. It's I've never seen a suspension in such a mess as this one was. So today we're messing around with shock absorbers. The setup that was on the car was appalling. Yeah, we've still got the front ones off in my hand here. What we had, we've got 12.5mm diameter springs and 14mm diameter springs. So they're £400 and they go on the front, and the 14mm springs are £600 and they go on the rear. The length of the shock absorber, centre to centre, is 13.5 inch on the front and 14 inch on the rear. Slightly longer travel on the rear. What we had on this car, we had the correct springs front to rear, but on this side we had a rear damper. On that side we had a front damper. Then on that rear corner we had a rear 14 inch damper, and on that rear corner we had a front 13.5 inch damper. So we had to take the spring off that one and put it on this one, and then take that one from over there and put it over there. The damper clicks when you adjust them. You always tighten them up tight, maximum damping, 3, 4, 5. I've just set that at 5 for a baseline to start from. There's 13 clicks. One rear one was at 1 click off the maximum. The other one was 13 clicks off the maximum. So this car must have been handling like a proper wobbly table. Anyway, that's been today. Taking the shock absorbers off, taking them apart, reassembling them the right way round, refitting them onto the car. Then it all needs corner balancing and geo ride height, all setting up properly. So if you like this sort of stuff, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, that helps, and keep watching, and we'll have more updates on the Ultima refurb. So what have I learnt today? I've had a full day in the garage, dismantling the suspension, removing the springs from the coilovers, swapping them around to get them all right coilovers in the correct corners, right springs on the right damper rods, and putting it all back together again. The guy I bought the car off built the car. When it was originally built, it had Avro shocks. About 8 years after he built the car, he swapped over to Protect shocks, and about 5 years ago the Protect shocks were taken off, sent back to the factory for the dampers to be refurbed, new seals, oil and everything, and then probably reassembled to the springs and refitted to the car about 5 years ago. It's probably at that point in time when the incorrect springs were fitted to the incorrect dampers. The incorrect dampers were fitted in the incorrect corners on the car, and the setup was just, whoever did it didn't have a clue. So the moral of the story is, when you buy something, check it all yourself, go through it all, make sure it's right. If you get something done by somebody, even if you pay them, even if they're supposed to know what they're doing, it doesn't mean they've done it right. So check it yourself. This wasn't overly obvious until got the car in the air, got the wheels off it, and then you could see that something wasn't quite right on it. The car still went well, it still handled quite well. God knows what it's going to handle like now with all the shocks at the correct lengths in the correct corners. It must have been a right wobbly donkey when I was driving it, but it still went well. So that's a testament to the car. Right, so there we go. We've learned a lesson today. Check everything, take it apart yourself, put it back together yourself, and then you've only got yourself to blame. Do your research, do it right, do it once. If you like this stuff, give us a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll keep you updated on how it all performs. See you next time.